Did you know change can be accomplished when you understand what you need to work on? See, a lot of times we're going through life so confused because the first thing we think about when we want to start believing in ourselves is something bad, something negative. What if the bad situation happened? What if I actually start doing something and it doesn't go as I planned? What if I actually try and I fail? What if I'm not that good? See, a lot of times we're sabotaging ourselves in order to create the life that we desire. But the thing about creating the life that we desire, that it starts with us. It starts with who we are. A lot of times belief comes with the power of understanding and trial and error and actually getting to the phase where you can actually fail and then try again. See, a lot of times we want to start something to be so perfect as we're starting without having a proper education. Well, see, what's happening is that this perfection idea that's in our head is destroyed because we don't know what perfection is, because we don't put the time and effort to learn how we can become better each and every day. See, perfection does not exist. What does exist is giving 110% each and every day you wake up. See, a lot of times the ways to be successful is to understand what you want to accomplish. And that's what this video is going to be about. For the next 25 minutes, I'm going to speak about ways to be successful in life. And a lot of times when you believe something in yourself, you want to do the utmost of your ability to actually accomplish it. See, a lot of times people don't tell you how hard this test is going to be and how much you need to pass it, how often you need to try, how often, I know I just said often, how much you need to pursue something when you don't know what you want to pursue. See, a lot of times we have an idea in our head. The first thing that we think about are negative thoughts. When I first started my journey, the first thing I thought about was negative thoughts. What if I do this and I'm not as well? What if I start and I fail? What if I start and lose all my money? What if I'm not that good? See, a lot of times being good is what's stopping us from being okay. Notice I didn't say perfect. I said being okay. See, a lot of times being okay is what's going to help us get to the next phase of growing. But it's hard to understand what you want to do when you don't believe that you can do this. When you don't believe and or see other people walking the path that you want to walk. Like, prime example, Kobe Bryant is my favorite player, not only because of what he done, but his relentless attitude, how much he dedicated his time and effort to becoming the best player on this planet. Notice I said planet, I didn't say country. Notice I said planet because a lot of people know what Kobe Bryant represented. So a lot of times we always see people's success today rather than seeing what they went through. What did they struggle? What did they go through? What did they have to overcome? A lot of times ways to succeed in life is to understand what phase you are at. Your start is not going to be somebody else's experience. Somebody else's experience is not going to be your start. We all have to start somewhere. We all have to believe in ourselves to say we can do this, but I don't know what I'm believing in, but I just know I can try. I know will be okay. But as I'm doing this, as I'm trying, as I'm putting myself out there, we have to get out our heads and get the first thought does not have to be negative. It does not have to be negative, because if it's negative, we're stopping ourselves from succeeding. We're stopping ourselves from dreaming, and we're stopping ourselves from even trying to put ourselves out there. See, people don't tell you how hard it is, but they definitely show you what you can accomplish. See, hard work goes on behind the scenes. How much work are you willing to dedicate in yourself? How much time are you willing to dedicate in your craft? How much pain are you willing to go through in order to become the best version of yourself? See, the first point I really want to hit on is the fear of failure. The fear of failure is, listen, the fear of failure is crazy. Okay, let me write this down right quick. First point, fear of failure. See, what happens is that when we start to believe, we start to talk down on ourselves and say, why can't we do this? Why can't we try? Why can't we put ourselves out there in order to become better? The fear of failure stops a lot of people trying, because as soon as you start, you're not going to be that good. As soon as you believe, you're not going to believe overnight. As soon as you put yourself out there, you're just not going to wake up automatically successful. When I started my career back in 2020, August of 2020, I had this thought, I had this dream, I had this feeling that I was gonna be a millionaire September of 2020. Mind you, that's a month time frame from when I had this big dream to the next month, 30 days after that. When October passed and September came, I wasn't a millionaire. I wasn't a millionaire because I didn't become the person I needed to become in order to create the life I want or desire. See, a lot of times the fear of failure is actually putting yourself out there to see what you cannot feel, to find what you need to look for, to walk in the rooms and meet the people that you need to meet. See, sometimes, a lot of times, most times, often than not, you have to be in the room in order to figure out what you can become, in order to see it, in order to feel it, in order to shake hands with success. What is success? People believing in themselves. People have their own meaning of success, but when you look somebody in their eyes and feel their energy, you can feel how much they are dedicated to their craft. You can feel how much time and effort they put into themselves, and you can understand how much they was willing to sacrifice. The fear of failure is understanding that your first time doing something, your first time believing, your first time trying, your first time putting yourself out there, it is not going to be okay. It is not going to be perfect. It is sure enough not going to be the greatest. Why? Because it's something you never done before. I had to learn that I had to really become a person that wanted to become a millionaire. What do I need to do in order to create this life for myself? I need to learn. I need to read. I need to be around people that's already at the phase that I'm trying to get to. What do I need to start doing? I need to get uncomfortable. When you overcome failure, you overcome yourself. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say it a little bit slow because I went too fast. You dig what I'm saying? When you overcome failure, you overcome yourself. Because not only are you overcoming yourself, you're no longer thinking about fear. Fear comes. It will never go away. But how do you react on the feeling that you get inside of you? When I tried back in August of 2020, I had to learn that my belief is stronger than my failure. But my failure was something that was going to teach me how to pick up the lessons that I need to pick up in order to start growing. See, a lot of times fear of failure is actually lack of knowledge, lack of experience, things that we haven't done before. How do you gain this experience in order to start growing? You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I had to learn what that meant. What did that mean to me? I had to go meet new people. I had to communicate. I had to really express what I wanted to do and why. Sometimes it's not about what you know, it's who you know and who know you. Who do you need to meet in order to put yourself out there so they can get you in the room to meet more people? Sometimes as we're coming in the gathering because all of us are on the same mission. But this mission is to get better. This mission is to succeed. This mission is to change our life. Remember, it's not what you know, it's who know you. A lot of times, fear of failure comes from the lack of resources, right? How can you get in these rooms if you don't know the right people to go to? Here's 3 ways. First, you need to go on Google. Phase number 1. Number one way to overcome failure. Number one way to overcome failure, you have to learn how to meet and greet people. Go to Google, type in networking events about podcasting near me. When you do this, multiple events are going to come up. Notice I just said podcast because that's what just came to my mind. I'm a podcaster. I'm a broadcaster. However, podcasting, get around people that's doing what you want to do and then go learn from them. First of all, you need to identify who's doing what you're doing. We got social media. We have social media. We have the internet. We have digital age. A lot of times we're not using our resources that's right in front of us, right on us, our phones, our technology, our computers. We're not using it because we don't know how to use it. First of all, you need to overcome failure. You need to get in the right rooms. You need to meet the right people. And you do this by going to Google. Let me write that down. Go to Google. Go to Google. Type in, I'm going to say podcasting events, but do your specific niche for yourself. Type podcast podcast events near me. What this is going to do is going to get you in rooms with people that's already doing what you want to do or even try. They're already doing it. So learn from people that's doing at the level that you want to become. It's not going to happen overnight. You need to keep going to these things. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the next point. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Who do you need to meet and why? Why you need to meet these people? Next point. Who do I need to meet? You don't have the answers to your life. You don't have the answers to what change looks like. You don't have the answer to what change can actually feel like. But somebody has overcame the starting phase that you're at. Who do you need to meet that's going to help you get to that level? Remember, you have to meet multiple people. You have to continue to put yourself out there. Because if you don't put yourself out there, nobody's going to know what you want to do when it's so secretive. If your gift is unwrapped and you're speaking to the world, speaking to existence, somebody's going to help you along the way. Why? Because they was there once upon a time. That was in the beginning phase once upon a time. Everybody's not going to click with you, but the right people will help you excel in the manner that you want to go. But you have to learn who do you need to meet in order to create this. The next point that I want to hit on is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. Let me write that down right quick. Let me write that down. Low self-esteem. I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. I don't like to meet people. I like to stay to myself. I don't like to do things. I like to really stay at home and be by myself. I'm an introvert. I'm closed off from everybody. I don't have no access to nobody because I can't get comfortable being an introvert. I can't be comfortable getting out my comfort zone. A lot of times the terminology introvert comes from us not believing in ourselves, right? Here's what this is. Introvert equals lack of confidence. Introvert is a lack of confidence. How do I know this? If you're so closed off from the world, you don't have the courage to go ask for help, which is absolutely okay. But see, what's happening as you're being an introvert, you're closing the door to so many access that can come to you if you open up and believe. See, what's happening is that we close the opportunities for the opportunities to get presented right in front of us. A lot of times we don't feel like we deserve the success that we can create for ourselves. We don't deserve it. We haven't achieved it. We haven't accepted it. We haven't learned how to walk into our greatness because our greatness is so unknown. A lot of times being introvert is lack of confidence. When you lack confidence, you don't do things that will get you to the next phase. A lot of times when we push ourselves away from society is not blessing us. They can't bless you if society doesn't know what you do. It can't help you if you're not putting yourself out there seeking help. Sometimes you have to ask for help. I'm sorry. All the time you have to ask for help in order to know how people can help serve you. I'm an introvert though. How am I supposed to do that? I'm an introvert. I really don't like talking to people though. How am I supposed to do that? How do I really communicate with somebody? Say, I need help being a podcaster. I need help really believing in myself. I need help believing in my dreams. How do I do that? Sometimes an introvert is so stuck in our heads. We think of the first thing, which was the fear of failure, was stopping us from growing. When we think negative happens. Right? When we think negative happens. But as we continue to grow, we have no other choice but to start thinking positive. Sometimes low self-esteem can be changed just by being around, being comfortable. Low self-esteem can be changed by being comfortable with who you are and who you can become and why. Sometimes life is treating us the way we want to be treated because we're not putting ourselves out there. It's not going to bless you because you are an introvert. A lot of times us being an introvert is us saying, I'm not confident in myself. Being an introvert saying I don't want to be around people because I have to do some uncomfortable things. I have to talk to them. I have to be around them. I have to be in their space. But sometimes when you're in somebody else's space, that space can help create you into a new version of yourself. But sometimes we have to learn how to become an extrovert and then go back to being ourselves. Go back to being by ourselves. But you want to have that conversation because you're an introvert. But an introvert can be overcome when you really have dreams and desire that you want to accomplish. The only person that's stopping you from achieving your dreams is the person in the mirror. It's the person that's talking down on themselves. It's the person that think negative as soon as they want to do anything. The person in the mirror has so much power over us because we haven't controlled the person inside of us. And by the person, I'm talking about the thoughts. Fear does not stop happening. The feeling does not go away. It just hits you in a different manner as you're growing in life. Sometimes, most times, your confidence comes when you believe in your capabilities. And what are capabilities? Your capabilities are what makes you special. What makes you you? What makes you different? What makes you unique? Confidence comes when you can identify what makes you confident. Notice I said confident and not cocky, right? There's a difference. There's a difference. What's the difference? Cockiness is saying I'm better than the next person. Confidence is I'm better than I was yesterday. You see the difference? There's an understanding in yourself. When you believe, you achieve. And when you achieve, you try. And when you try, you build your confidence up. The next point I want to hit on is negative thoughts and beliefs. And that's what it ties into. Fear of failure, low self-esteem, and negative thoughts and beliefs. Negative thoughts and beliefs. Negative thoughts and beliefs. So the first thing that I did was talk negative about myself, talk negative about the situation, really hit down on why we think things the way we think it, because that's the first thing that comes to our minds. Negative thoughts will never go away because this is something that is in us that's been taught to us. How do you believe something if something's not in front of you to believe? It's difficult. First thing we do is hurt our inner self to say, I can't do this. I'm not possible. I'm not the person that can actually do this. But what's happening is that as we're filling our mind up with negative thoughts, we never start. We never believe. We never achieve. Why? Because negative thoughts are the only thing we talk about. Negative thoughts are the only thing that we're walking in. We're not walking in positivity, we're walking in negativity. How do I know this? Because I used to be there. I used to say I couldn't do this because I wasn't that good. Why should people listen to me? I'm only 23 years old. Why should people listen to me and my story? Sometimes your story gives you the best experience because it gives you a deeper connection. But sometimes in life, we have to believe that we can do it. Negative thoughts happens because we allow them to come because we're not comfortable being uncomfortable. What happens when you take your negative thoughts and switch them to positive thoughts? Positive results. You feel me? Like, positive results come from positive thoughts. But they only come when you believe that you can do it. The next point I want to hit on, the next 3 points I want to hit on is how the negative thoughts can be switched into positive thoughts on how you think and perceive yourself and how you look at yourself. Oh. And life. There we go. Okay. Have faith and believe. So number 4, have faith. Have faith. When you have faith, you understand nothing is going to always go your way. When you have faith, you're not letting fear overcome your failure. You're letting your belief teach you a lesson. So when you have faith, you're believing that you can actually walk into your journey. When you have faith, let me write this down. Having faith is greater than fear of failure. What does this mean? As you believe in that you can try something and put yourself out there, you start to walk into your path of greatness. But as you're walking into your path of greatness, you might fall, you might stumble, you might get off path, you might trip, you might overthink the process, you might just try. But as you're having faith, you're putting yourself out there. But when you put yourself out there, you really start to learn who you can become. You're no longer letting fear of failure stop you from growing, because growing is something that you do each and every day. When you have faith, you have to understand positive is going to come from this if I keep putting myself out there. If I close myself out, I'm not trying, I'm not learning, I'm not growing. So when you have faith, you believe in everything that you're doing is for a reason, but this reason is going to be presented over time. And you only can have faith if you believe in your process, if you believe in yourself and you believe in your journey. Why? Because it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen the more you take action and the more you put yourself out there in order to start growing. People don't tell you that success is difficult, because success is only attainable to people that keep trying. And by success, I'm talking about change. When you change your life, you're creating a different atmosphere for yourself. You're creating a different lifestyle, different change that you can walk into. But you have to believe and have faith that you can, rather than having fear and letting fear overcome you. Like I said before, fear will never go away. It's how you handle the fear that will help you grow in life, that will help you change in life, that will help you overcome your obstacles. The next point I want to hit on is confident is being confident and not cocky. It's being confident and not cocky. Confidence comes from when you believe and you try, and when you try, you keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. You don't give up on yourself. Confidence is believing that you can do anything that you put your mind to. One thing I really respect about Kobe Bryant is that he had so much confidence in himself. He knew if I was gonna miss this shot, I'm going to shoot again. He missed 5 straight air balls in the playoffs. And he knew what he needed to work on, which was his legs. His legs went underneath him like they were supposed to be. But he knew that. The next year that they came, he became more confident in his shot, and he didn't airball as much. He probably missed a couple shots, but he didn't airball as much. If anything, he hit the rim. Why? Because when you put time and effort into yourself, you learn what you can become and what can be created for everything that's around you. When you have confidence, you believe in yourself and you believe in the shot that you're doing right now, right? You believe that it's going to go in. You believe that you can do anything you put your mind to. You believe that it is okay if I miss. It is okay if I mess up. It is okay if it doesn't go my way. When you have confidence, you having confidence in everything that you're doing along the way of success, along the journey of success. But you can't be successful and or create change for yourself if you don't work on the inner work that needs to be worked on, which is yourself. When you become cocky, you lost yourself. You have the talent, but now you think you're better than everybody. Notice I said confidence, not cocky. You have to be confident and believe in everything that you're doing while working on your craft each and every day. Cocky is when you get comfortable and think you're better than anybody. No. Work on your craft every day. Become confident and believe what you're doing is possible and it can change your life. Next point I want to hit on, final point before I get to it. If you're watching this video this far, please subscribe to my video and share this video with somebody that will get more value from this. The last point I want to hit on is positive thinking. Positive thinking. Positive thinking. Sometimes you have to believe that you can walk before you can run. When you think positive instead of negative, positive is going to happen. When you think negative, negative is going to happen. But you control what you think about when you start believing in yourself. But what's happening is that we think about negative and walk straight to negative without believing that we can walk in positive and actually understand it. Negative thoughts live in everybody. But it's believing that in yourself that change your mind to positive thinking. When you go from negative to positive, there's a big change that happens. What's happening? Growth. Growth is happening. You're no longer talking down on yourself. You no longer think that you can't be successful. You're no longer thinking about the worst case scenarios. What if I can't do this? What if I'm not successful? What if I fail? What if I'm not good? What if my business doesn't last? What if I'm bad? What if I'm horrible? All the judgment thoughts that's in your head right now disappears because you believe that you can. Instead of what if, when will I do this? How can I become this person? How can I believe in myself? How can I believe in my journey? How can I believe that if I try, the worst case scenario is not going to happen? Because you're steady putting yourself out there to try and learn from it. If you let fear overcome you and let your negative thoughts overcome your positive thoughts will never be existence. Because you will always go back to your negative thoughts. As you're going to your negative thoughts, your positive thoughts are just in the air, just flow. But what if you flipped it? What if you think about positive each and every day? Just by working on yourself. What if you work on yourself every day? What if you try? What if you believe you can? How can I be successful? How can I change? How can I grow? What if you just changed what you thought about yourself in order to start growing and healing? Now the negative thoughts is just flowing out in the air because now you're constantly thinking positive about yourself. But see, when you think positive, change happens. When change happens, it's when you have grown into your unique version of yourself. So the ways to succeed in life, first are the negative. You have to identify what the negatives are. First three negatives are fear of failure. That's the first one. Next one is having low self-esteem. Third one is negative thoughts and beliefs. And when you identify the negative thoughts, now you can go to the positive and match the negatives with the positive because the positive is going to outweigh the negatives. You have to have faith and believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you can walk into your journey of growth. You have to be confident, not cocky. You have to be confident because if you're confident, it goes with the positive thinking. That was the last point. It goes with the positive thinking. When you think positive, you really start to create the life that you would like to desire. But it's trying that will help you get to that phase of uniqueness.